Hello and welcome to BonkTable. I'm Massler. Conquest Banner Report. I'm not joined by anyone today. This is I don't know. Is this a Nords List? No. This is going to GRG. So what is GRG? GRG is Golden Rhino Games. I have decided to take my 4 Golder list to GRG. Sweetie, I'm coming for that Jeff Hogooty. If you're wondering who Jeff is Saskatoon Jeff. He's the Vanguard in Saskatoon, Canada. This is Saskatchewan. Yeah, I don't pick the names either. But his whole, I want to say, like, thing or whatever is mostly just because him and I are buddies, and I was making fun of him when I was building this list. So let's go over the list. I've gone into a deeper dive for the Gamescom video because it's the same list. The reason why I'm taking it to GRG, or G.I. Joe's, GRG, is simply because it's fully painted. I could have brought not painted stuff and played a different list, but I was kind of like, it's fully painted, it looks good. People are like, it's really shiny, and I'm like, yeah, I'll play it. And it's also like, it's already packed and ready to go. I don't have to do any additional work. So just for a rundown for everyone who, it's been a while. Blooded Warlord with the Tenacious 1. Stalkers, Trolls, Double Golder. Other Blooded with the Redbringer, which gives them 7 attacks and Impact 2, with Stalker, Trolls, and Double Golder. Then we have... they have Impact 2 base. Is Impact not +2? Oh, they get Impact 2. Well, look at that. And then last we have a Shaman, Raider Captain, Seotnar. You've kind of seen how this list works before. It's Horns of the Bull. Golder, they're Trolls up front, Stalkers in the middle, doing shots. Blood in both troll units, and then Golder coming in and just hitting people, with Raiders for early scoring and Shaman providing magical support, with the Seotnar as my anchor. Blooded Warlord simply because of the reinforcement curve. It's more of like a reinforcement spike, because turn 1 I'll have 3 cards minimum if I fail the roll. Turn 2 I'll have 2, 4, 6 cards plus my 9 cards minimum if I fail the roll. Turn 3 I'll have 12 cards? Yeah, I'll have 12 cards if I fail my rolls. Like, even with bad dice rolls on reinforcements, you're getting the list. What is the whole point of the list? So yeah, let's go check out Spires. So here is Skill and Spire List. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before. This is the Lineage Highborn, the Solve Lin list, where he's running triple Avatara, 1 big block, all under Superior Creation with the Centaur Avatara. You have the High Clone Executor, double Vanguard clones and Marksman clones. He's got the Biomaster Desolation drones and the Terraphon Surveyor. At least I know how to say one of those 2 words. What can I say about it? Lineage Highborn Warlord with Aura of Death, the character draw event for, an extra charge, extra march, an extra reform, whatever you want to do. Oh, that's some resolve. Never mind, not that one. This one. Do an additional out of sequence clash, volley, or march action. So, Avatar, Brick, Go Fast. Things I like about this, avatars are still really good. They're really annoying to get rid of, even if you, R4, D4, really good stat line with E2. Just a really solid stat line. Them having Superior Creation for 10 points going to Clash 3 is really nice. 170 is a good price point for this. Flawless Technique, going up to, when you're inspired, you get Flawless Strikes. Doesn't really work on Trolls, but, it works into a lot of other stuff. High Clone Executor is running the guns a lot, so, Barrage 622 with Volley 3 with his Marksman clones. Biomancer doesn't have any upgrades. Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm also pretty sure talked about this. Skill and I just got a game in, and we just kind of played what we had. So yeah, let's get into turn 1. Here's turn 1, and we're playing Forlorn Hope. So I'm just going to circle a couple things. That is a building. That is a building. And then we got, what we got here? Forest. Wada, and then I'll do it in orange, yellow, orange. Let's go orange. Double hill. Not bad for train. Nice spread. Still fights in the middle. We can't reinforce from the side, but that's fine. My opponent has no lights, so I just get all my lights on. I march to the table, so I'm just going to get rid of all these marks, so it's easier. Once again, going to Horns of Bull style. My 2 Stalker units are there ready to shoot at this objective, because I want to get it rid of as quickly as possible. I kind of leave this space open. This is going to be like my weak flank, just because of the building here, what is going to be a little tough to get around. And then Raiders are already making a beeline into the zone. As you can see there, my shaman's on the outside, all my raider captains there. I probably could have swapped them and got away with it and just moved the raiders up more, but I kind of want to keep them as far back as possible. Simply because with the Spire speed, giving out +1 march from like the Biomancer, and maybe the Terraphon has some stuff. I didn't really like go deep into lists just because this game was played 2 weeks ago. And I've been a little busy, so, you know, haven't had time to sit down and talk about games. He's got also long-range shooting. Like, there's a lot of long-range threats from Spires that you still have to be careful and worry about. So, you know, hiding the raiders in the woods and getting the command stand to score is just a better choice instead of trying to be maybe a little bit more aggressive. Also, I can always reform the raiders and swap the 2 stands, and move up a little bit after on their second action to maintain in the zone. That's really turn 1. Let's go to turn 2. Here's turn 2. Oh, yeah, I get everything. So, Goater, double Goater, more Goater, Blood-in Trolls, Blood-in Trolls. I believe, yeah, this one. I'll do it in black. This one's my Warlord. Why is that one my Warlord? I have Sword down as Warlord, and in black over on the right, I have Sword up as the one with more attacks. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, it's been 2 weeks, but I don't really care. So I get, you know, everything else. Skillin gets his big Avatar block with his character. Marksman clones the character and another Avatar. So I'm way out-carding Skillin at this moment. Okay, so I am very much out-carding Skillin at the moment, so I have a lot of my own. I can just like play characters, I can just really see where he's going. That all happens and I finally start making some moves. He's probably not going to get super aggressive. Like, I can't really get super aggressive either. Like, there's no reason to. I gotta wait for the list to show up. So he just takes this point without any work. He's running 15 inches up the table with his banner. He's gonna take that, that's fine. Boop. I'm gonna get my raiders and shaman into the zone. A lot of the game, I'll do it in this like rouge color. I was trying to get the shaman to cast blurred vision onto the marksman clones, but they were just kind of out of position where if I was trying to do it, it would put them way out of position and I would be punished heavily for it. So I just never really did. It was one of those things where I was like trying to get them in, but it was just never really happening. And it's fine for them to just sit on his own and provide buffs. Like, he's casting the +1 invasion spell when it's his turn. Then, you know, we have the 2 stalker units move up a little bit and shoot the objective. I also think about the objective where I could get a gold or beast pack into it. Impacts, clash, and trample will just one round the whole thing. That should be enough. But as you can see here, I'm in Horns of the Bull. I'll do it in like this purple. Like, we got the horns here. I do have 2 Goater in the middle, and that's simply because it's easier for them. I'll do it in orange. Like, this Goater can split off this way. This Goater can split off this way. And kind of trap anyone in between the 2 troll units. Bring that up. The 2 troll units, who are right there and right there. And, you know, they can trap people in there as stuff goes on. That's kind of the game plan there. Trolls mean to just move out the table, and the Goater can just hang around behind them. And, you know, eventually I'm going to push this line up in just a solid wall, and, you know, at any point if he comes into me, I should have overlapping threats that the trolls take the hit, I clear off with the Goater, I do the extra shooting with the stalkers, trolls heal up, move on, and so forth. As for Skillin's positioning, I think it's all right. There's 2 things. So there's this right here, that's red. This right here I like. He has the marksman clones in a central position, so he can fire wherever he wants. He has the Avatar already going for his zone, but also covering the marksman clones. The marksman clones are currently protected by this building and this Avatar unit, so I have to come directly into them if I want to threaten them. What means I'm not getting side support, and he's set up to hit me if I do so to clear it off. He's also far enough back that if he gets a Vanguard clone unit, he can just run it up in front and just shoot over his stuff if need be, especially into any of my Goater who are size 2. The other Avatar unit over here, I don't... Like, in retrospect, I think there was a reason for it being over there. I think it was to try and, like, pull off threats or something, but right now I feel it's very alone. It is, I need to deal with it, and it's going to be a bit of work to deal with it, but it's currently not being supported. Next turn it will be supported as Skillin reinforces that area. But we already have the line drawn of declined flank like that, where I'm going to be majority pushing this way, and he is going to be majority pushing that way. So having his super Avatar unit be used as like a denial piece, I think is an overcommitment, because if he wants to really get some work out of it, he has to provide it with extra support. It does have a long threat range, but that can be a detriment as I'm moving up. Over on the right, I feel like I have enough pieces on the right side to threaten his zone and score the other zone that, and they're, you know, they're self-sufficient enough with some side stuff if I want to pull in, like I talked about earlier in the turn with these guys. All right, that's turn 2. Let's go to turn 3. Here's turn 3. So, I'm gonna talk about this one. This is the Terraphon Surveyor. Eventually it'll be on that thing. He's still painting it, it's fine. Then, you know, he's got a Centaur Avatar. What do we got here? Bio and Deso, another unit of Avatar. Okay, that's what Skillen's got. Oh, and these Vanguard clones. I get just my Sea Otnar. He's gonna be the last card, that's why he's way over there. So I'm still out carding Skillen. He's bringing a lot of stuff on, and he starts doing some stuff. So one of the things he does first off is he moves his Avatar back. I don't think that's a bad play, just because it keeps him safe from stuff, but as you can see here, I'll do it in green, there was an ejector marker. I shot and killed it, and then moved up my Stalkers appropriately to fill in that space. And as you can see in the middle there, give more space to my Golder, who can flex this way as need be. Shaman Raiders, I'll just do in this Rouge color. Once again, establishing onto that zone, they're fine. Trolls, I move them up in such a way that what's going on here on the left is that if his Avatar block hits me, the way he will be set up, he will expose his side for the Goater. If he kills, like if he march charges and he kills him with my troll stuff, he will expose this side to, I'll do it in red, I guess. This Goater, they'll either come in for the side or they will come into the front, but they will have maintained full contact. How that works is, I'll do this in this gray, is that these corners are parallel with each other. So in that 90-degree swing, they will butt up side by side in a perfectly smooth line, and that's kind of what I'm aiming for there. I set that up. The Sea Otnar, he just runs up to fill that zone simply because Skillen drops the Centaur Avatar and the Terraphon over there. He's really there just to kind of like finish that fight off. I would say like an overcommitment for us, but he has, you know, like basically 2 Avatar units in that big brick, the Terraphon and the Centaurs. Stuff I really want to commit is the 2 Golder, the Trolls, and the Sea Otnar, so I'm activating him by 1. That's fine. Let's clean up the line work. And if he decides to do something really weird, actually I don't think he can get into the Raiders, but the Raiders can get into him if need be. So yeah, that's kind of the left side. Stalkers, very much just moving up to not die, like staying out of range of the Marksman clones. The Marksman clones, I believe, just shoot this ejective marker. So they put a point of damage onto that. But he doesn't have anything filled in there. Like if he tries to go for the Stalkers, like long bomb some stuff, he's just gonna get pounced by more Goater and stuff. This Goater right here should have enough sight to tag the back end of his 2 wide regiment so that I can still like charge into his flank if need be. So there's a lot of overlap and covering of stuff. What else we got here? On the right side, it's really just, you know, like me moving up, scoring zone, staying on point with him, staying on point. Him moving back the Avatar and him then running up his Vanguard clones to take the spot, I don't think is bad. Vanguard, like Avatar are worth more than Vanguard clones. Vanguard clones do a lot of work. They're still really effective. But now he's like putting in a unit that does work, but also it's more chaffier for the things behind it. He also has 2 units of Avatar there I have to be worried about. And on this side, I really just want to play chicken as long as possible while scoring that zone. I'm already up on points. He can't come into this zone without being threatened. And I'm just getting into a better and better position as the game goes on that side. Hopefully, like, push him into a corner and then kill him. While on the other side, I have to kind of apply enough threat that if he thinks that he should go in there, I can do some work back. So that's kind of what's going on there. Alright, let's go to turn 4. Here's turn 4. The other Vanguard clone unit comes in. They just, like, there's a lot of positioning and, like, moving around here. I think Skillen could have gotten more aggressive. We talked about this before, or, like, after at the end of the game. He held back this whole side a little too much. He could have got more aggressive with it. I really only had 2/3 units been testing him with the the Goater, the Trolls, and the other Goater. Maybe the Stalkers if they want to swing that way. It's fine, but in this turn I'm holding a lot of the Goater back until the very end. So I'm just, dead drawing characters. I'm doing the Raiders because they don't really need to do anything. You can see that at some point I did the switcheroo with the command stand as the Raiders moved up the table. I dirtled around with the Trolls because, he hadn't activated his Avatara. He eventually activates his Avatara, as you can see here. I think, him and I talked about this, and it's good and bad advice. I'm like, hey, you should at least put a stand in the zone just so that you can start scoring it. But he's like, you're just going to put in 3 stands. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm going to take it, but then you can maybe get first the next turn, or you draw me in, then have marksman clones go and shoot in the side, stuff like that. You got to put some scoring pressure and stabilize scoring for later in the game, because I feel if Nords gets too far ahead, especially in the early stuff, it's hard to crawl it back. But his marksman clones here, he has a wound on the ejective marker, so he shot at that thing. But yeah, we drill around. Centaurs don't really do much. The Terraphon moves up and gives us some buffs. Eventually, one of my last cards is the Goater Beast Pack, and he moves his Avatar up a bit, puts on the zone, and he's like, well, I should have held back. I'm like, yeah, but I'm putting pressure on you. The Trolls moved up a little bit here. Doing an orange. The whole point of the game is that I put pressure on you and set myself up for success. And you moved up, and I looked at it, and I needed a 3 with a reroll where these Goater were gonna march over my stuff, charge, not break my Trolls, charge into you, and then do that damage while these Goaters are set up to go into the flank later. Is it a bait? Yes. Is it also skill and need to do stuff because he's behind right now? Also yes. I have my cross. How do I explain this? My units are set up in a way that if you hit one of them, something else can come and support it and hopefully clear off whatever that is, so that unit can push forward. The position on the right side here, I don't like this. I think it's way too cramped. He's held back way too far. He out-threats me with his Avatar. He's faster. He can move up more. These Goaters don't have any reason. The Goaters and Trolls on the right side have no reason to move up. They dirtle around, get into a little better position, and go, yeah. Then I have these Goater, who are 1 stand in the water, 2 stands out. That means if he wants to charge in with his Vanguard clones at some point, he's 2 stands in the water and 1 stand out, so he's going to take that. And I'm now putting that pressure onto his strong flank because I'm scoring, I'm winning, I'm engaging your left side, and I really have nothing else to do. That's why I'm doing it, and just trying to keep him back, because I'm thinking, okay, if the Goater go in, hit the Vanguard clones, kill off 2 stands, guess who's stuck? Oh, the Avatara. And then these Vanguard clones are not seeing me. These Avatara, I don't know, you might be able to get in. I didn't really look at it too closely, and it's been 2 weeks, but I don't like that position at all. I think that could have been spread out a lot better. I think he could have positioned in a way to cover himself a lot better and also put pressure onto me, I'm pushing pressure onto him on the left side. So I feel like he's a turn behind on the pressure while I'm already getting work done. Okay, so let's clear up a bunch of these. Centaur Avatara, they're just dirtling, but also he's got to charge into my flank if he wants to take it. If he takes it, I gotta see Onar. Go see Onar. That's it. Playing counter. It's like playing chess. That's all you're doing. So yeah, that's really it. I score 3. 1, 2, and 3. Skillum scores 1. He's got 2 points on his ejector marker. My Stalkers actually moved up, and what they did is they shot the ejective. So I'm putting wounds on the ejective to try and race him, because I'm like, well, I don't need to get super aggressive by Stalkers, and also I'm trying to get some opportunist shots. They're going to be available in a bit. Let's just start working on that ejector marker and steal it from Skillum. All right, let's go into turn 5. Okay, so here's turn 5. I think I win the roll off. I forget. So I think first thing I do is I get these Goater into the flank of the Avatara. Then the Avatar go and they kill off my Goater in front. My Stalkers shot at these Avatara, Siotnar at the very end of the game, you know, runs like just double march and dropped an anchor on them. So that's what they're down to. They broke, they rallied, they fought back, stuff like that. The trolls, on the other hand, on the left side here, they just reformed to take the centaur charge in the front instead of in the flank. Skillin decides to reform and run back with the centaurs. The Terraphon shoots his gun and gives out buffs and just kind of hangs out. But also by moving my Siotnar up in that position to try and wipe out the Avatara that are now down to like a command stand and character, the Siotnar is in range to just beat up the Terraphon, and the Terraphon is not going to be happy about that. I believe the Shaman finally cast the attack spell. D4 down to D3 with R4, but with the character and resolve up to R5, it's really hard to get rid of these guys. But at this point, like, I'm going to put a little bit extra work in. The left side's going to collapse next turn, and then I'm going to reshape that and move out towards the right side of the table. So that fight is kind of done over there. As for the right side, I believe I had 3 Goater back-to-back, or I had 2 Goater. Probably could have done 1 right off the bat and had 1 lower on, just because 1 Goater didn't even get to do anything. It just died to Avatara. What then forced me to have these Goater charge into the Vanguard clones. Vanguard clones, you know, lose a stand. Marksman clones shoot my Goater. Vanguard clones stab my Goater. Goater's broken, but he's on the zone being annoying. That's fine. The other Vanguard clones, like Long Bomb a charge into my trolls, do a ton of work. My Goater then, you know, have to side charge into the Vanguard clones, wiping them out. However, that does set up Skillin by adjusting his positioning with his Avatara to then charge me next turn in the flank, so maybe I can reform or I just get charged in the flank. But I had to rally with my trolls and they attacked, but you know, they're down to 1 stand, so hopefully I can keep them alive. Skillin's now like spending time to unpack his list, so he's just moving over his Desolation drone, so he actually draw a line of sight to stuff. He can draw a line of sight to the Goater, he can draw a line of sight to the trolls, and so on. So he kind of wants to use them to finish stuff off, but at this point, he's gonna win the right side. I'm gonna stall him out at 1 more turn and lose all that stuff, but the left side's mine, and then we're just, as I said before, when I drew that line, I'm gonna go this way, he's gonna go that way. There we go. It's really rough. Stalkers. I know 1 stalker shot there. I don't know what the other stalker did. I think they might have like tried to move up or something. I don't remember what these guys did, but that's fine. So anyway, I score 3, he scores 1. Yeah, next turn. Or maybe I shot the ejector marker. No, maybe not. Anyway, let's go to turn 6. Okay, so here's turn 6. Things that go on. Vanguard clones kill Goater. Avatara jump the Vanguard clones and get into a position to start fighting my ranged units. That's fine. The Stalkers both basically just run up and start shooting at the Marksman clones to hopefully eliminate these guys before they die. Disperse helps out the Marksman clones stay alive, however they are still 1-4. And the Biomancer isn't really healing them, he's running around doing other stuff. Biomancer and the Deso drones might have just shot the Goater as well. I don't know. But I think he like shot just didn't wound. Avatara charge into the flank of the Goater, reducing it to 1 stand. I think I just rally clash back. Marksman clones shot the trolls here, killing them. So I'm not destroying that zone. Not the total end of the world. What happened over here? Avatara died to something. Avatara die. I think the Siotnar might have threw his anchor at the Avatara, killing them, and then charging the Terraphon, killing that as well. Like, reroll on Brutes and Monsters, because it had like 2 or 3 health left, so I was like, oh, I'll just throw it into there. And if it kills it, I'll charge the Terraphon. And if it doesn't, I'm probably still charging the Terraphon. So anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that happened. And then the Goater got the side charge into the Centaur Avatara. Took out 2 stands, Centaur Avatara rallied and clashed back, killed a guy. So at that point, you know, the left flank's done. Trolls, you have no life, so you just like reform and start making your way to the right side, while also scoring that zone while the Raiders are scoring that zone. Raiders just reform and move up, because like we can already see the line being drawn. This is how it's going to end. But once again, I'm still up, like I'm way up on points compared to Skillin. So I'm in a much more commanding position while I start removing threats. Like, marksman clones have to die. Avatara have to die, and then after that I'm not super concerned. All his stuff can score, but he just like won't have enough of it to catch up. And I need to start taking out like stuff that's going to either be body blockers and advils like the Avatara, or stuff that can deal some serious damage like the marksman clones, but luckily, you know, they're down to 2 stands, and hopefully I can just kill them off with the stalkers. Alright, let's go into turn 7. Here's turn 7, as you can obviously see, the line. So what's going on here? Marksman clones shoot up this unit, that unit shoots at marksman clones. Avatara, I'm just gonna get rid of the big black line. Boop. There we go. Avatar, swing into the stalkers, kill them before they... Pretty sure they can do anything. These Avatar just clash and then march onto the zone, killing off that Goater unit. The Goater over here, kill off the Centaur Avatar in the back there. Then the Trolls and the Raiders basically just reform and hold the zones and get into a better position that they can defend each other. And the Siotnar, you know, swings around. He's just making his way downtown, walking fast. He's a good closer for the list. He you know, I like him. He's fun. And here's that line. So at this point, also Vanguard clones getting to the edge of the zone here, moving up, just so that they can project threat later. And Deso Drone's getting onto the zone to score it. They can sit in the back. His other unit of Avatar can sit in the back. So really, all at this point I have to do if I want to maintain score and win is I have to kill these 3 units. And then I kind of just have to sit on the back end of my zones and kind of just like chicken skill him because it's so late in the game that he's not really going to catch up. Even if he controlled more zones, what he needs to do to win. Alright, that's turn 7. Let's go to turn 8. Here's turn 8. I'm pretty sure it's turn 8. But Vanguard clones, shoot out, kill stalkers. They're dead. So Vanguard clones, I think they just end up here. Actually, no. They end up here. Boop, 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 boop. Kill my stalkers. Before my stalkers died, they shot the marksman clones, killing them. The thing had like 2 health left, and I was like, come on, stalkers, you can do it. Trolls charge into the Vanguard clones, kills them off. Avatara going for a charge onto my Raiders. They roll like a 2 and fail, and they re-roll into a 2. Raiders just kind of back up, giving space for both the Goater and the Siotnar to kind of fill in those gaps. And at that point, it's kind of like Skillen calls it. There's really nothing much else he can do. If the Avatara, like if he wins the roll-off next turn, the Avatar do go in. He's got Trolls, he's got Siotnar, he's got Goater, who are all ready to go fight that back. Like, yeah, this is it. So if this went on one more turn, I'd probably delay for a while. Like, I know, just do it in like this orange. I know this Strawman's 12 inches away, just so I can keep casting Hoarfrost on him. But like if his Avatar go in and let's say they go fight the Raiders again, let's say this is turn 9. Trolls will just go like double march into the Deso drones, locking that down. Siotnar goes into the side of the Avatar, screws them up, and then, you know, like a Goater goes onto the zone and scores it, and you know, it's just more problems. So yeah, it's a good point to call it. Alright, and I win 46-20. After reviewing the game, especially it being 2 weeks since it was played, I do think like Skillen's right side could have developed more and then also put on more pressure. He was playing defensively and backing stuff up while I'm playing a pressure list, so I'm not going to just like shoot out really far, even if I can, let's say with a March Charge with Goater or something. But a lot of the time I really don't want to, just because I want to have those overlapping threats. I want to bring that force to bear, and it wasn't ready on the right side. It was just there to deter and hold off. So like we talked about it, he could have got way more aggressive on that right side, and also like had his stuff overlapping better to defend and not get so much stuck on his toes. I know he wants to defend his like Biomancer, but it just like I think it was just over safe. Like there was no way I was getting to it, and even if he's like spread out more and got into a more aggressive position, it was still not safe. What then caused like the left side to just collapse because I had more stuff over there. If he went in, like if he had his position on the right side more developed and like went in on the same time I went in, then you know that whole thing swings around a lot sooner. What means I'm probably out of position on the left side to come back and hit him on the right to stop him from trying to like cut through my entire army. But yeah, that's kind of the big takeaway there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. A little short and sweet, a little half-hour battle report. If you want to, like and subscribe, you know, join the BonkTable Discord, join Cassandra on her BonkTable Twitter and then her secret Twitter. Watch some BonkTable podcasts. I'll be at Golden Rhino Games playing this list because it's painted. Okay, you guys all have a good one. Bye.